So I'll use this, and I was going to talk about this on my personal podcast. We have grown our company so much that the culture has gotten diluted from me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have core values and everything else, I felt that the culture didn't have the mentality that I have overall.
Okay.
To where I was like, so like you guys, like, because I don't like talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was all right. So in all reality, I don't think you guys are doing good enough, and I don't think you have the right mentality in order for us to be great.
Okay.
Like if we're going to be a great company, number one, we are going to fucking bury everybody, and there is no excuses, and it's mama mentality every day.
Okay.
Whenever we give feedback, I always hear bitching. I was like, I don't want to hear any bitching. We are giving you feedback to help you make more money so we can give you a raise.
Okay.
Because the better you do, the better the company does. The better the company does, the more room for growth we have for you. That is where my mind goes. And I was like, and I don't think we're holding the standard, because like in upper management, like they have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like let's say the base level is 4 layers away from me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really hard. Like if you're a good enough leader, you can fucking instill that in the entire company
Mm-hmm.
at scale. But like, okay, now let's say we're in 7 different countries. I'm fucking doing it into people's living rooms. That gets hard.
Okay.
So that was one thing I was running into. I was like, all right, so I think we need to do a legitimate just reset of, because like we get all these like HR complaints and everything else of people bitching about one thing or another. I was like, I don't give a fuck what you bitch about.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is Mamba mentality every day, and you're gonna come in, you're gonna be the fucking best. If you don't want to be the best, leave.
Yeah.
I was like, and you can submit your resignation today to your coach or your manager, or whoever it is. I don't give a fuck.
It's kind of like my senior year at Fresno State when we had a new head coach come in, and it was like a team meeting that we had. It was like, you know, a lot of what took place was, I mean, at the end of the day, like everyone can blame a head guy, but like we're the product, you know what I mean? And we know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
So we took accountability for that. And it started with our leadership, you know, and it was more like, hey, yeah, we got a new coach coming in, but this is kind of our expectations going into a new conference. And our expectations that we're going to go in there our first year and we're going to win that bitch. Like that's exactly what was said. We about to go into the Mountain West and we about to win that bitch our first year in it. You know, if you're not on board with that, you can go now. We even said, hey, with us getting a new coach, and this is before transfer portal.
Yeah.
So when you get a new coach, people can transfer. You don't have to sit out a year. So it was just like, if that's something that you're even considering, like do that shit now. Don't even wait to see who get hired. Like just fucking go, because we don't even need you here at that point in time. You know what I mean? So it was a reset. It was just like, bro, this is our standard. This is what we're going to do when it comes to 6 a.m.s, spring ball, like, you know what I mean? Summer workouts, like this is the expectation, the effort, the standard that we're looking for. And if you're not on board with that, if that shit rubs you the wrong way, because we're going to be very vocal about it. And we were, man, that offseason was damn near probably one of the hardest ones that I had as a senior. But it was so rewarding because, again, the tempo and the expectation was set ahead of time.
The mentality
was 100%. So when we're doing these 6 a.m.s and we're doing this summer workouts, like it can be very easy to kind of just fall into just another
shit,
day,
right? It falls into
another day, but we
shit.
were so intentional every day. Hey, finish. Hey, stand up. Hey, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like we were so intentional with that. You couldn't take something the wrong way when somebody would get on you about something, because bro, we said that 4 months ago that this is what it was going to be like.
This is what the fuck it is.
This is what the fuck it was. And so once you agreed and you stayed, you agreed to all of that. You know what I mean? And again, that was that next year we went in, we was a 3-way tie, I believe, our first year in it. We went from like a 3-17 to fucking sharing the Mountain West title.
And again, this is my fault. Like
nothing changed, by the way. Same players,
bro. Every time, generally, like we see that sports all the time. So, and this is my fault for not developing our people better to get that culture to go down more.
Yeah,
because it's no different than a football team, right? We're leading a team of like a couple hundred people or whatever, getting them all in the same boat, rowing in the same direction, and then I think it's changing the fucking cadence of it all, right? Mm-hmm. Like the intention, the cadence, what is demanded. And really, you still got to paint the vision of like the outcome. Like you guys think I'm just telling you to do your job just to do your job. Like, no, we have a fucking goal in mind, and we have a place we want to take you. The only way we get there is if everybody's rowing in the same direction. If you can't row in that same direction, you got to fucking leave.
Yeah.
And I think we got, and again, bro, I fucking love Hormozy, who's like, you want to know what the enemy of good is? Well, the enemy of great is good enough.
Yeah, it's average, right?
He was like, the enemy of great is good enough. I was like, we fucking fell into the good enough thing, and I was like, I promise you, some of you guys are good enough, and we're gonna fucking fire you.
Yeah. Because he said good enough or just being average. The average changes every year or every day. The average changes because other companies are constantly growing. So it could be average, could be 30%. But let's be real, tomorrow average could be 35%, average could be 40%. And if you're constantly just sitting at 30% and you're staying the same good every day, well, you're really not average to the whole average. You were once average, but you stayed the same every day, while the bar to average was raising every day.
Exactly.
So then at some point your company goes under because you just plateaued.
And I don't think, I was like, I mean, we're still a startup. Like, this shit's still cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, like, and I know most of our competitors, but we still got to put them out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to dominate the market if you really want to. If we want to have a great life, we need to be the best. We need to dominate the market. It doesn't work any other way.
Yeah, no, yeah. 100%.
It doesn't work any other way. Like, I can't help you guys buy nice cars and nice houses unless we're the best.
They got to think about your company, that company, when it comes to that space.
When it comes to that space, like, you have to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it thinks about quality, it comes number one. All of that needs to be aligned if you truly want to create something great, because most people don't even have the great standard. That's why there's only one champion.
Mm-hmm.
People don't get that shit. You know, like, in all reality, like,
there's no participation trophies, man.
There's no really fucking participation trophies.
You're either the best. What they say, you either first or last.
You're the first, you're last, and I don't give a fuck about your fucking feelings if someone tells you to do something. You're like, oh, well, they said it the wrong way. Well, did you implement it? Like, no one should ever be disrespecting you. And I was like, no one should ever be disrespecting you.
No, yeah, 100%. And I heard something one time that really, I think it helped me out, because I think there was a point in time where I think we're all sensitive at a point in time. And obviously going through a Division I football and stuff like that, you learn to lose that real quick. But I had a coach tell me one time, like, you know, don't hear the tone, hear the message. And when I heard that, it was super impactful, because I think when you're young, you hear the tone and you understand, you know, because we understand how people are necessarily feeling based off of how they're saying something, right? And you start to hear, you know, that they're upset, or you start to hear that, you know, they're disappointed, or whatever that may be. And I think that tone sometimes dictates how you're feeling about something, when the message might have been super productive. And so when you start taking the tone out of it and really start to think about, you know, what is it that this person's really telling me, you then can become more productive, because you know what, however he felt when, however he, she, however they felt when they said it, didn't really matter, because the words that was coming out of their mouth is ultimately what the tip was, or whatever whatever the tip was for me to do the criticism. The words is really what the criticism was. It wasn't the tone in which I received it.